your mind. Oh, we on different levels. Looking back at all the time we spent.
You see, in the art of mixing, it is very, very, very important to take off your jackets. This has philosophical meaning behind, well, sure. Kind of lost my train of thought there. Anyway, I thought that was funny. Alright, moving aside. Let's get the show on the road, man. Okay, now we had that part over with. When you're starting out as a DJ, or when you're starting looking at sort of the frame of mixing, what you'll do is, people will say, just focus on playing one song and then mixing in another one. Fantastic. Focus on the groove, etc. And as you progress, what you'll find is that you start mixing a little bit sooner, or you might take the chorus of one and then, instead of waiting for the second chorus, you might mix it in the verse, and that becomes sort of the next stage. As you progress, you start shortening down those gaps, and instead of doing it over 16 or 32 bars, you start doing it in 8 bars, and you start creating these sort of quick changes, or you might start the track that's coming in sooner than you normally would, and that's great. And you get comfortable mixing the music that you play, but it's very easy to get comfortable, because the learning curve, I feel, for DJing there isn't a huge learning curve compared to other aspects of music. It's relatively sort of straightforward, and being very, very successful DJs who just mix from one song to the next. But if you're watching this, we're taking we're stepping aside, we're stepping away from what DJing is, and we're really pushing it to the level where you're not comfortable anymore. So you're individual who's constantly wanting to push themselves forwards creatively and professionally in the world of DJing, in mixing. And some creators of electronic music don't really don't do that. They just go up there and play one song to the next. And from my perspective, that's okay, because they're the ones that've created the music, and they can play it any way they choose to play it. That doesn't mean you can't have your own opinion about what you think is the better approach. But at the end of the day, the person who created the music can play the music any way they choose. It's the same token with me. The way I create my music is a way that it's a certain way. There is a certain way that I want to perform that music, and that way is by pushing myself as a performer, as a mixer, as a DJ, and every time I do, I want to try and create the best possible live experience that we can. Now that's like super long. Whatever. But the key that I wanted to say that what I'm getting at is that you can get to a certain point where you're comfortable being at the level you are as a DJ, as a creator, etc. It's gonna take your own will to push yourself to the next level. And when you are looking at like something like this, you are you are someone who is wanting to not do this, the standard transitions. You're looking at changing things up, and constantly pushing things forward to find creative ways of creating different transitions and different ways of mixing and performing the music that you play.